Live from New Delhi, you're watching DD India Live, India's voice to the world. I'm Abhishek Mahajan. Coming up in the next 30 minutes. India rejects Pakistan Army's accusation of Waziristan attack, says the statement deserves contempt. IDF says it eliminates Hamas co-founder and October 7 massacre mastermind Mohammad Isa Alisa in strike, vows to eliminate all terrorists involved in 2023 attack. In Serbia, protests erupt in Belgrade over calls for snap elections. Protesters demand end to President Vucic's 12-year rule. Government says foreign powers behind the protest. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, in his 123rd episode of Mann Ki Baat, urges countrymen to remember those who bravely fought against emergency. Also addresses key issues including health, yoga and religious pilgrimages. And in sports, Smriti Mandhana's record century leads India to 97-run victory over England in opening match of Women's T20I series in Nottingham. India's External Affairs Ministry strongly rejected the Pakistani Army's claim of India's involvement in the Waziristan attack on June 28. The Ministry of External Affairs condemned the accusation. India's External Affairs Ministry spokesperson Randeep Jaiswal stated, and I quote him, "We reject the statement with the contempt it deserves," unquote. On Saturday, a suicide bomb attack in Pakistan's North Waziristan district of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province killed 16 troops and injured over 24 people, including civilians. The attack was claimed by the suicide bomber wing of the Hafiz Gul Bahadur faction, a group affiliated with the Pakistani Taliban. Prime Minister Modi shared his thoughts with the people of the country and abroad in his monthly radio program Mann Ki Baat. The Prime Minister addressed key issues including health, yoga and religious pilgrimages. Talking about the emergency, PM Modi urged countrymen to remember those who bravely fought against emergency. He added it was a tough period for India.
देश पर इमरजेंसी थोपे जाने के 50 वर्ष कुछ दिन पहले ही पूरे हुए हैं। हम देशवासियों ने संविधान हत्या दिवस मनाया है। हमें हमेशा उन सभी लोगों को याद करना चाहिए जिन्होंने इमरजेंसी का डटकर मुकाबला किया था। इससे हमें अपने संविधान को सशक्त बनाए रखने के लिए निरंतर सजग रहने की प्रेरणा मिलती है।
Talking about the religious pilgrimages, PM Modi said the Kailash Mansarovar Yatra has resumed after a long time, marking a significant moment for devotees. He also said that Amarnath Yatra is set to begin from July 3rd, enabling pilgrims to embark on this sacred journey once again.
समय के बाद कैलाश मानसरोवर यात्रा का फिर से शुभारंभ हुआ है। कैलाश मानसरोवर यानी भगवान शिव का धाम। हिंदू, बौद्ध, जैन हर परंपरा में कैलाश को श्रद्धा और भक्ति का केंद्र माना गया है। साथियों, 3 जुलाई से पवित्र अमरनाथ यात्रा शुरू होने जा रही है और सावन का पवित्र महीना भी कुछ ही दिन दूर है। अभी कुछ दिन पहले हमने भगवान जगन्नाथ जी की रथ यात्रा भी देखी है। ओडिशा हो, गुजरात हो या देश का कोई और कोना, लाखों श्रद्धालु इस यात्रा में शामिल होते हैं। उत्तर से दक्षिण, पूरब से पश्चिम, ये यात्राएं एक भारत श्रेष्ठ भारत के भाव का प्रतिबिंब है। जब हम श्रद्धा भाव से, पूरे समर्पण से और पूरे अनुशासन से अपनी धार्मिक यात्रा संपन्न करते हैं तो उसका फल भी मिलता है।
PM in his monthly radio program also mentioned about the International Yoga Day and said that millions across the country and the world took part in the celebrations.
न्यूयॉर्क, लंदन, टोक्यो, पेरिस, दुनिया के हर बड़े शहर से योग की तस्वीरें आई। और हर तस्वीर में एक बात खास रही, शांति, स्थिरता और संतुलन। इस बार की थीम भी बहुत विशेष थी, योगा फॉर वन अर्थ वन हेल्थ, यानी एक पृथ्वी एक स्वास्थ्य। ये सिर्फ एक नारा नहीं है, एक दिशा है जो हमें वसुधैव कुटुंबकम का एहसास कराती है। मुझे विश्वास है इस बार के योग दिवस की भव्यता ज्यादा से ज्यादा लोगों को योग को अपनाने के लिए जरूर प्रेरित करेगी।
PM Modi also mentioned about Meghalaya's Eri silk, which recently received the GI tag. He said Eri silk is like a heritage for Meghalaya.
आजकल दुनिया में ऐसे प्रोडक्ट्स की डिमांड तेजी से बढ़ रही है जिनमें हिंसा न हो और प्रकृति पर उनका कोई दुष्प्रभाव न पड़े। इसलिए मेघालय का एरी सिल्क ग्लोबल मार्केट के लिए एक परफेक्ट प्रोडक्ट है। इसकी एक और खास बात है, ये सिल्क सर्दी में गर्म करता है और गर्मियों में ठंडक देता है। इसकी एक खूबी इसे ज्यादातर जगहों के लिए अनुकूल बना देती है। मेघालय की महिलाएं अब सेल्फ हेल्प ग्रुप के जरिए अपनी इस धरोहर को और बड़े स्केल पर आगे बढ़ा रही हैं।
All right, moving on, the Indo-French joint military exercise Shakti 8 is underway at Camp Larzac in southern France, bringing together 90 personnel from the Indian Army's Jammu and Kashmir Rifles Battalion and the French Army's 13A Demi Brigade de Légion Étrangère. The joint exercise strengthens operational interoperability and mutual cooperation between the Indian and French armies and encompasses a wide spectrum of mission-specific drills tailored to sub-conventional warfare. A key highlight of the engagement was the successful conduct of high-intensity 96-hour joint field exercise simulating multi-domain operations under sustained high-pressure conditions. The exercise boosts India-France strategic partnership, enhances tactical and technical synergy, and contributes to regional security. And as part of India's ongoing humanitarian assistance to the people of Afghanistan, a 5-day Jaipur foot camp was held in Kabul by BMVSS Jaipur. The camp received an enthusiastic response with around 75 prosthetic limbs successfully fitted. The initiative brought hope and mobility, and many in need, further strengthening the bonds of friendship between India and Afghanistan. Weather updates now. The India Met Department has forecast intense rain across many regions until July 4. According to the forecast, Uttarakhand and Uttar Pradesh may witness extremely heavy rainfall on June 30th, while Konkan, Goa, Gujarat and Maharashtra are likely to see heavy rain throughout the week. Weather changes are expected in cities like Dehradun and Haridwar, with rainfall likely to lash parts of Uttarakhand. From Ghaziabad in the west to Varanasi in the east, Uttar Pradesh is expected to receive moderate to heavy rain at least until July 4th. Heavy downpours with possible thunderstorms are predicted in Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh and eastern states of Odisha and Bihar. Kerala and Tamil Nadu are likely to receive isolated heavy rain accompanied by strong winds. Plains of Assam and Tamil Nadu may experience hot and humid weather from June 28th to 30th. Isolated parts of the coastal regions, including Maharashtra's Konkan belt, the Western Ghats and the state of Goa, are expected to receive heavy to very heavy rainfall over the next 7 days. A sudden cloudburst near Paligarh Silai Band in the Barkot Tehsil of Uttarkashi district of North Indian state of Uttarakhand on 28 June around 2:12 p.m. caused major havoc. Out of 19 labourers staying at the site, 8 to 9 have gone missing, while 10 have been rescued and shifted to safety. Rescue operations by SDRF and other teams are ongoing. The Yamunotri National Highway has been blocked in multiple areas and partially washed out near Silai Band, though authorities have made it operational. Road clearance work is underway. In Kuthnor village, heavy rainfall damaged agricultural land, but no loss of life or livestock has been reported. Authorities are closely monitoring developments and relief efforts are in full swing. And due to heavy rain alert for the next 24 hours issued by the India Met Department, the Char Dham Yatra in Uttarakhand has been suspended. Garhwal Division Commissioner Vinay Shankar Pandey has instructed police and administrative officials to halt pilgrims in Haridwar, Rishikesh, Srinagar, Rudraprayag, Sonprayag and Vikasnagar. The Char Dham Yatra will remain suspended for the next 24 hours in light of the weather warning. Today is the third day of Lord Jagannath's Rath Yatra in Puri region of Orissa. Jagannath Rath Yatra began on June 27th and will conclude on July 8th. On this day, Lord Jagannath, Balbhadra and Subhadra continue their spiritual journey in their chariots through Puri's Grand Road. Today, the Lord will enter the temple of Mother Gundicha. Lakhs of devotees from across the country and abroad are visiting to have a glimpse of Lord Jagannath and receive his blessings. One foreign devotee shared his joy at being in Puri, calling Lord Jagannath as the Lord of the universe.
Very happy to be here and have darshan of Lord Jagannath. He's the Lord of the universe. Kadachit kalindi tatavipina sangi takaravo. But he's also the Lord of Vrindavan. Lord Jagannath is the Lord of the universe. Jagannath Ankara Icha. Whatever he desires, we should accept his desire.
Now, the India Pavilion named Bharat has drawn large crowds at World Expo 2025 in Japan's Osaka. The ISRO Pavilion, inspired by India's remarkable achievements in space exploration, features a Chandrayaan zone showcasing the nation's lunar missions and scientific prowess. The global exposition runs until October 13th under the theme Designing Future Society for Our Lives. Over 160 countries and 9 international organizations are taking part, with around 28 million visitors expected. India's presence has emerged as a symbol of cultural excellence and international collaboration. Now, National Statistics Day, celebrated on 29 June, pays homage to Professor Prashant Chandra Mahalanobis, a pioneer in statistics and economic planning, and aims to raise public awareness, particularly among the younger generation, about the role of statistics in socio-economic planning and policy formulation for national development. Here's a report.
Every year on the 29th of June, India celebrates National Statistics Day. This day commemorates the birth anniversary of Prasar Chandra Mahalanobis, a visionary thinker, a pioneering statistician, and a father of the modern statistics in India. It is observed to acknowledge the contribution of Indian statisticians and promote statistics as an essential field of study. P.C. Mahalanobis was born on June 29, 1893 in Kolkata. He is best known for developing Mahalanobis distance, a statistical method widely used in population studies and multivariate analysis. This concept measures the distance between a data point and the center of a distribution while accounting for the correlation between the different variables, a groundbreaking advancement in the statistical science. Beyond academics, Mahalanobis played a crucial role in shaping India's development path. In 1951, he became a founding member of independent India's first planning commission. As a planner, he proposed the two-sector model for the industrial growth, which became the foundation of the second five-year plan between 1956 and 61. This model, known as Mahalanobis model, accelerated India's industrialization. In recognition of his immense contributions, he was honored with the Padma Vibhushan, India's second highest civilian award, in 1968. In 1931, P.C. Mahalanobis also founded the Indian Statistical Institute in Kolkata, which has now 10 branches across India, including in Delhi, Bengaluru, Hyderabad, Pune, Chennai, Coimbatore, and Girit, dedicated to the advanced statistical education and research. The first National Statistics Day was observed on June 29, 2007, with the aim to honor P.C. Mahalanobis' legacy and recognize the role of statistics in policy making and daily life. Statistics, as a branch of mathematics, deals with the collection, presentation, classification, and interpretation of data. It helps government and organizations design accurate, data-driven policies that are grounded in evidence and clarity. In 2025, India is celebrating the 19th National Statistics Day. This celebration is not just about history, it is a call to action for the next generation of thinkers, analysts, and changemakers to take forward PC Mahalanobis' vision of using statistics to empower progress, precision, and planning in every corner of the society.
Still to come on this edition of DD India Live. Donald Trump's sweeping tax cut spending bill clears first US Senate hurdle. In badminton, Ayush Shetty stuns world number 9 Chu Tien Chen, while Tanvi Sharma becomes youngest Indian to reach BWF World Tour final at the US Open. And Seoul hosts a vibrant celebration for the grand finale of Squid Game, attracting around 5,000 fans.
When resources are tight, it's time to rethink how we consume, how easily we throw things away, but often, bold ideas in our day-to-day lives can really turn things around.
In the mission, the school-level children are given the concept of waste management and circular economy.
The big advantage is you don't have to go back to the start of the chain like mining iron ore. You can reuse materials that have already been processed. So the sustainability aspects alone are incredibly valuable.
We are not trying to aim for fully automated, 100% digitized assets. We are always proposing a hybrid sort of operation where you're blending in technology where it's useful.
We have been making handicrafts from banana plants for quite some time now. Currently, we produce around 30 products.
Welcome back. You're watching DD India Live. I'm Abhishek Mahajan. In international updates, the Israeli Defense Forces and the Israel Securities Authority has claimed to kill Hamas co-founder Hakam Muhammad Isa al-Isa in a strike in Gaza City on Friday. IDF spokesperson confirmed that al-Isa was killed in the strike along with his wife and grandson in the area of Sabra within the city. The Israeli military described al-Isa as a senior figure in the militant group's military wing and said he was considered a founder of both Hamas itself and Hamas's military wing. At the time of his death, he was serving as head of his combat support headquarters. Al-Isa was also a member of Hamas's General Security Council. The IDF said al-Isa played a significant role in the planning and execution of the October 7th massacre. More than 1,200 people were killed when Hamas attacked Israel on October 7, 2023 and took more than 250 people hostage. Now, US President Donald Trump on Saturday criticized Israel's prosecutors over an ongoing corruption trial against Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, saying that the judicial process was going to interfere with Netanyahu's ability to conduct talks with both Hamas and Iran. In a post on Truth Social, Trump also stated that given the billions of dollars of worth of military aid US was providing to Israel, it was not going to stand for this. Netanyahu was indicted in 2019 in Israel on charges of bribery, fraud and breach of trust, all of which he denies. The trial began in 2020 and involves 3 criminal cases. And the Republican-controlled US Senate advanced President Donald Trump's sweeping tax cut and spending bill in a key procedural vote on Saturday, raising the odds that lawmakers will be able to pass the legislation in the coming days. The US Senate on Saturday voted during a rare Saturday evening session. The Senate has removed a controversial provision from its mega bill that would have sold off hundreds of thousands of acres of public lands. But the voting came to a standstill and Vice President J.D. Vance arrived at the Capitol to break a potential tie. Senators huddled in negotiations for more than an hour. Several Republican senators registered their opposition to proceeding to open debate on the bill. The 940-page bill was released shortly before midnight Friday and senators are expected to grind through the days ahead with all-night debate and amendments. If the Senate is able to pass the bill, it would need to return to the House for a final round of votes before it could reach the White House. US President Trump on Sunday described the Senate's clearance of a key procedural hurdle for his proposed economic package as a great victory, setting the stage for formal debate on legislation that includes tax cuts, spending reductions and increased funding for deportation efforts. In a post on social media, Trump said, and I quote him, "Tonight we saw a great victory in the Senate with a great, big, beautiful bill," unquote. He credited specific Republican senators for their support, including Rick Scott, Mike Lee, Ron Johnson and Cynthia Loomis. Clashes erupted between police and protesters in Serbia's capital Belgrade during anti-government demonstrations demanding snap elections and an end to President Alexander Vucic's 12-year rule. Organized by students, around 140,000 people gathered and observed a commemorative silence at the protest. In a counter-move, police deployed scores of officers in riot gear around government buildings and parliament. Months of protests, including university shutdowns, have shaken Vucic, a populist whose second term ends in 2027 when parliamentary elections are due. Last week, Vucic said unspecified foreign powers were behind the protest. He added that police should be restrained but warned that violence will not be tolerated in the country. Meanwhile, opponents accuse him and his allies of links to organized crime, violence against rivals and curbing media freedom. Charges they deny. The unrest began last December after 16 people died in a roof collapse at Novi Sad railway station on November 1st, with protesters blaming corruption for the disaster. Sports updates now. The India women displayed a stupendous performance in the first T20I game of the series against England, clinching a 97-run victory at Trent Bridge in Nottingham. Smriti Mandhana was named the player of the match following her fiery 112-run knock, helping India power to 210 for 5. During the run chase, England women failed to showcase a performance against the Indian bowling attack. It was Sri Charani's 4-wicket haul that bundled out the host at 113, sealing a 97-run victory for the women in blue. Earlier, Smriti Mandhana scripted history, becoming the first Indian woman to score centuries across all international formats with the breathtaking maiden T20I 100 against England at Trent Bridge. The India opener reached her maiden T20I ton in 51 balls, which saw her smack 14 fours and 3 sixes to get to the landmark. India enjoyed a historic night at the US Open 2025 on Saturday as young shuttlers Ayush Shetty and Tanvi Sharma reached the men's and women's singles finals of US Open badminton in Iowa. Ayush produced a stunning comeback to defeat top seed and world number 9 Chu Tien Chen, securing his maiden BWF World Tour final. For the title, Ayush will be up against Canada's Brian Young. Facing Ukraine's Polina Burova, Tanvi clinched the big moments in the semi-finals and won the match in straight games 21-14, 21-16 to qualify for her first ever Super 300 final. Tanvi will face top seed Bevin Zhang in women's singles final. And continuing the momentum of Sundays on cycle, fitness enthusiasts once again gathered in New Delhi this Sunday. The Ministry of Sports, in collaboration with the Rahagiri Foundation, organized the event at Connaught Place, which saw participation from sanitation warriors.
For fitness-conscious Delhiites, Sunday mornings now have a different vibe. Even though it's a holiday, all these people have gathered to promote the cause of fitness. Everyone has their own fitness mantra. Some prefer Zumba, others yoga, and of course, cycling is loved by all. This edition of Sundays on Cycle in Delhi was celebrated in association with sanitation warriors. Multiple Commonwealth Games medalist and wrestler Babita Phogat graced the event as a special guest. Mounted on their bicycles, everyone took a round around the heart of Delhi, Connaught Place. Sunday is now celebrated as Sundays on Cycle, and the initiative is receiving an overwhelming response from the public.
Good to see that so many people are coming. This time we collaborated with Rahagiri Foundation, and Fit India activities are gaining a lot of support among common people of Delhi and entire India. Just to give you a stats, more than 7,500 locations we have reached till now, and more than 2 lakh people have joined us till now.
This Fit India initiative, which has now been led by Sundays on Cycle,
I think this is step by step, we are moving to the right path to make our India fit. Because it is believed, if the city is not healthy, we cannot have a healthy life.
Cycling is not just a way to stay fit, but also helps combat pollution in Delhi. It is hoped that Sundays on Cycle initiative continues to grow and that fitness lovers and those passionate about keeping the city clean continue to push this movement forward. Suchitra's report for DD India.
All right, we have come to the end of the bulletin, but before we go, take a look at the vibrant Squid Game parade in Seoul, featuring the show's iconic symbols from the pink gods and the Dalgona candy to the giant animatronic doll and the golden piggy bank brimming with prize money. Thousands of fans gathered to celebrate the final season of the global Netflix hit, a series that has become a powerful symbol of South Korea's cultural influence. That's all for this edition of DD India Live. We'll be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. I'm Abhishek Mahajan. From all of us here in Delhi, thanks for watching DD India Live.